crunch week. Today they have to finish for the parade by the weekend. It's Deco week. Deco. Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Tuesday morning, December 26th, 2023, day after Christmas. It's about 9:30 in the morning, 56 degrees. Supposedly Wednesday and Thursday is going to be like maybe in the 70s, low 70s, but it's cold. This is Deco Week here in Pasadena. That means today is the day or the week that they start decorating all the floats to be finished by the weekend. So this is the former Slater's 50/50, and it looks to be Pez Coastal Kitchen. And the first thing that caught my eye was the door. If that's real copper, that's not gonna last. I'll have to find it again. But ooh, look at the back tile. Oceanic. Yeah. Pez Coastal Kitchen. No, it was reported that the 6th Street Viaduct was not illuminating because it seems that they've been stealing the copper wiring from that new bridge, and that was millions and millions of dollars, and a lot in working and stuff like that. It was kind of like it replaced an older bridge that was really revered. But, so that means, and they're always having to constantly also repaint that bridge because of the design allows it so you can virtually just climb on the arches on the top, which is it is a public disaster. It's a nuisance because it's easy access for anyone to get up on that, and very much like our Colorado Bridge. And when I saw that the design, I was like, okay, they're not gonna allow that because that's stupid. I mean, here in Pasadena, you know, we put fences to prevent such a catastrophe from happening. And though it's in place, it still happens rarely now. It's not as inviting, but yeah, luckily I don't think anyone has, but vandalism is definitely, we're spending millions of dollars to have to constantly repaint because a lot of people do graffiti there, and now they're stealing the copper wiring, and they hold up traffic too. A lot of folks also, they put a stop to that, more or less. People stand in the middle of the roadway and do selfies and vlogs. But this is California. Sure you want to come out here and move? Alright, let's get the next bus, head down to South Pasadena, and see how the float is doing. If you are coming here, great place. Breakfast and lunch. Because this place is going to be completely packed. It's going to be beyond waiting out here. And actually, that goes for any of these businesses out here. It's going to be fun for them. It's a boom, and it's a great need. Ramen Tatsunoya. That's a pretty hot place to be. It is warming up a bit. We'll see how far we get up to 70. I hope so. As you can see, here are some young volunteers getting in prep. I would probably venture that today is just going to be a lot of preparation. If you recall, the last time we were here, I had mentioned that this is going to be like the staging area. Basically, this whole area will be pre-staging, staging, and stuff. It's really cool because they have all the flowers and everything and all the material laid out. And they have things very well organized. Every float site is going to be a little different, especially given where they're going to be doing it on the decoration. Not all are volunteer. Some of the bigger ones, especially big brand sponsors and stuff like that, will definitely be sponsored and everything, so more professional, more precise. So I wouldn't say precise, but more efficient on time and everything, materials. So it'll be about cost and efficiency. So whereas this is more traditional, relying on communities and volunteers as the years have, and it's really cool just to see the young getting involved. Because honestly, as of the last few years, we'll say the last handful of years, it just seems publicly, especially in the media, that the youth have been so displaced and so self-absorbed, wanting to buy this and I personally, also with my friends and stuff, crack jokes about dinks and everything else. And I constantly see them over here, passing and everything. It's like, really, you guys are going to be so sorry by the time you get to 30, if not already 32. You're freaking out. So it's really refreshing when I see younger folks around here and everything getting so involved. And here in Pasadena, there is still a lot of tradition with family and keeping going. That's pretty reassuring. Not honestly sure what this was. Without having to look it up, I would think that this also could have been just maybe another possibly watering hole at one point. You can see a little bit more of the color and stuff. There's that elephant. Trimming everything down. They still have a lot of work to do as far as some of the other bigger floats. Historically also, the ones that are like way bigger than, I think, 10 feet, something like that, because they still have to get under the freeway. They have to get under the 210, which is the final part where that's at the termination of the parade route. They have to be able to get under the 210 to be able to get back up on the Sierra Madre, where they all align for spectatorship. So it's like, well, how do you do that? You have to make your float collapsible. So there has been some really incredible floats that are so huge. I mean, like rocket ships and everything, and then they just collapse. They just bend down really cool. So those are just like engineering feats in themselves. And you can see them literally, furiously getting everything ready. Everyone gets assigned different positions. So the one misconception when people have with doing volunteer work at sites, they're kind of under the assumption, oh yeah, all I want to do is put flowers on or handle the flowers and stuff like that. When you're volunteering for these folks, wherever you're going to go, you're going to be at their mercy. So when you volunteer, they're going to put you where they feel they need to be put, especially where they need help. And things may change at that time. Sometimes you may be doing something and asked to go help out over here. So it's very unpredictable. Some mornings, sometimes it can get very, very cold, especially depending on where the floats are being built, whether it be indoors or outdoors. And like here and in La Cañada, where we've covered before, it gets pretty cold, so don't be surprised. And also, very importantly, don't dress all nice and everything, because you are handling material, especially glue. So you may get glue on you, so don't come wearing cashmere sweaters or something really nice and fancy that you may be subject to getting dirty and or ruined. It's not total construction, but there are those moments, especially if maybe there might be some sandy or whatever. But the thing is, wherever you're going to volunteer, they will have you an information, say, okay, well, you can do this, and we recommend that you come dressed like such and such. Oh yeah, it's warming up. It's 60 degrees now, so. And guess what? We have the stands over the freeway on the bridge. $7,500. If it was yearly, yes. If it's a one time, are you serious? I'd rather have that applied to a home on top of. Whoa. Well, I know what my former store is going to be now. Looks like it's going to be a souvenir shop. I betcha. Yippers. It's going to be a souvenir shop. Thereafter, I don't know. Because you can see the partition of the back. That's to separate them from their stuff. That means foot traffic here is going to be nuts. This is the part right here where you cross over into Pasadena Avenue and you make the transition over the freeway onto the grandstands and up the hill to the other point going up for the big grandstands. Get out, Ribbon did open. Look at that. Go ahead, you're fine. People get all nervousy. I have seen this color before around town, I think. Or was it in LA? But that color's kind of weird. God, it really appears different on the camera. It's kind of cool. No, it looks like a Bug's Life. Sorry about the lighting being so bad. You can see them being lowered into position. I've talked about this. This will give you an indication from here going forward to the day of the parade. Picking a side. Oh, what's the best side? Look at the sun. Look at my view right here. In the morning, this is going to be on you. This is what you're going to be fighting. If you're going to be a vlogger or a photographer, this is what you're going to be fighting. And also depending on the kind of morning that we have. We always get a marine layer, and we get a bit of the cold. So you're going to have to adjust for that. And also, depends. Now, we are forecasted to have a clear day, and also to be very well known, the B-2 bomber, the bomber wing, is going to be making its return. It's not going to be the smaller one. It's going to be the big one. That's the big bird, the big bird that comes down here so low that you could almost stick your hand straight up and just touch its underbelly. I mean, and the whole ground just rumbles like being the closest to a rocket ship. So the time right now is 10:55 in the morning. Parade commences around 8 o'clock in the morning. It is about two plus hours, I would give it. And again, that's right there. Kind of reminds me of a carnival ride in the summer, right? Got the stands being put up there on Ralph's property. So pedestrian barricades, and this is also platform for media. St. John Avenue in Colorado. Resident has a beautiful tree too. I'm not really a big fan of all these LED headlights and tail lamps and etc. I do like the design, and I like this color scheme. And it's got a snorkel. looking up, you can see the corner platform up there. That is prime real estate for news media, especially if you got one that swings 360. So also the good thing, I like it, but I also very much despise and hate it. This is a lot of the also for the platforms and stuff like that, and the bleachers or stands or what have you. They still have more assembly over there. And you can see the extension. Remember, the blue line, or turquoise depending on your point of view, but the blue lines, that's as far as people can go out for the parade. And the red line, that is how the float drivers navigate. Generally, almost quite a few of the float builders don't have a field of vision. So how do they navigate? Well, they navigate like a bombardier does, looking down. That's right. They're steering, depending on how their steering mechanism is. Yeah, they're pretty much just looking down at a red line, and that's how they're guided. So, yeah, it's very bombardier style, as I say. That's what the red line is. Kind of cool though. It's just, you know, people come in here. It's like, oh, you know, I saw that last time, and I never thought to ask. And you can see the names of the stands. I think. Oh, I think someone's already staking their claim, probably. Oh no, they're just doing a advertisement, if you will. And you can. This is a madhouse, but this is the last place you're gonna be able to get if you have anything passed behind me of tickets and stuff like that to go, if you're lucky enough to get any of the seats. This store right here is going to be your last stop of being able to get any kind of refreshments and stuff. Alcohol I would not recommend. So again, I would not recommend. But that's, you're a grown up, you're an adult. That's totally up to you. The first parade after all of the nightmare stuff, they had a checkpoint here. I think they kind of had one preliminary right about over here, and then they had another one up here, and then consequently as you make the left turn up onto Orange Grove, that's where they have the big one, and that's access to beyond, going back into the residential area up to the Wrigley House, and to really see the viewers and all the participants in line. So pretty cool. So we got a lot going up. Everything that they do is incredibly super cool and fast. Taking it down, I understand. But they do take it down in a timely manner, and traffic is pretty much resuming up and ready up in Colorado by noon, definitely. You know, after 10 o'clock, after the parade ends, as I said, it's really cool to see the dump truck or the tow trucks and then the street sweeper just in a line, just like a police line, moving protesters through and stuff like that. It's really cool. Here's more of the rigging for the media. You know, when I first saw these a long time ago being assembled, yes, they do that, yes. I was like, oh, that is so cool. I'd love to have rep one of those, like for a function or whatever. That's pretty cool. So also, just to give you perspective, this is a pathway. This will all be open. So as the parade is still going on, this is your access right here to get up and down the street. Also, as the perspective, here's a perfect shadow lighting. When you get up to the Paseo area, and in some places on Colorado also where there's like buildings and stuff, your pathway may easily be just where that line is, if not here, with hundreds of people trying to get through just one city block. So if you're claustrophobic or you have a social anxiety disorder or just high anxiety at all, either med up or don't come down here, because it is thick. It is really thick. It's a lot of fun, but it is thick, my friends. I will not lie about that. Pasadena Avenue. Parking, I don't know how it's going to be performed that day, so check. Oh, investors. I wonder how much their incentive is. The gold lettering is a slice of Pasadena's history. Alright, you folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another. Failure. Be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Hold down your pants and slide on that ice. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, we're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on, and yeah, parade route updates. Stan's over the freeway. Stan, who's Stan? I still haven't been here yet. The Puppin Yoke. Ooh, it's so warm in there. Oh. Literally, breakfast by Tiffany's. Yes, yes. There's a lot of pretentious people around here. But they're fun to watch. I'm your subject. Told ya. They're rolling in the poopers all day, throughout the city.